Happy 2022, guys. This is Kent.
It's 2024.
Happy 2024, guys. This is Kent, KandM Outdoors. Technically, this is our first video of the year. We did have a short. We're starting to try some short videos, see how that goes. First video of 2024 is a cooking video, as promised. What we got some Smithfield extra tender baby back ribs. They was $2.97 at Walmart. What we're going to be using, most people put down a binder so the rub can adhere to the meat. Canola oil, a lot of people use. Vegetable oil, mustard's a big one. Me personally, back in the fall, we started using the Heinz 57. We're going to use that as a base first. We're going to Heinz 57 it down. And then we're going to use, this is new to us. Usually what we do is we make our own SPG seasoning. But to be honest with you, we started watching the Barbecue Pitmasters, and Johnny Trigger uses the Lowry's seasoning salt on his ribs, and he is a multiple-time world champion. So we're going to use his method. We're going to do the Lowry seasoned salt first, let that set on them, and then we're going to, Marissa came up with the idea of making our own rub. So we've been making our own rub now for a while. We tweak it, and this is actually a new batch that we just made with some different seasonings in it. I think total, Marissa, what do you think? 8 or 9 different herbs and spices in this rub?
Less than that, actually.
Probably less than that. Safe.
I mean, simple's better. It's probably
Simple's
like
better.
5 or 6.
But this is your basic barbecue rub. What we've made before is really good. But at any rate, that's what we got. Now I'm just going to jump in the process of what we do to get our ribs going. We've already got the pit going right now. We got it set at 250 today. We're using the Bear Mountain bourbon barrel pellets. Another kind of an experiment for us. It's probably 20, 25 odd degrees today. So we're going to see how that pit's going to run for us. Now the way we do ribs, we've been doing the no wrap ribs. Usually we will smoke for an hour, and then we'll spritz every hour on the hour until our ribs are done. The last 20 minutes of the cook, we're going to make a glaze to put on them. I'm going to take you through the whole process of what we do and how we do the ribs. Alright guys, first thing you'll want to do, like I said, this just came from Walmart. You'll want to open this packaging up. I know what they call it, I just ain't real good at saying it. Cryovac.
Cryovac.
Cryovac. Always helps to have a sharp knife, and that is something that I don't have.
You know, I have kitchen scissors around here for that purpose.
Okay. Now what I like to do is I'll go ahead and set it down. And grab you a paper towel. I usually have some paper towels sitting around, and I'll just blot off the juice on it. That's all you got to do. I usually don't wash them. Flip it over. Do the same. Alrighty, on your ribs you're going to have a silver skin on the back of it, or a membrane. What I do is I'll just take my knife and I'll just pull it up like so. Just enough so you can get your fingers up and under. Get you another paper towel and you can grab that membrane like so, and just grab it and start pulling it off. A lot of the times it'll just come off like that in one big piece. But filming, you know it's not going to do that. But
There it
usually
is.
it's just like that. Now, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a fillet knife, something a little sharper, and I'm just going to cut all these danglies off of it.
Okay.
Alrighty, the danglies that I'm talking about is just stuff like this, just pieces of skin that are hanging, just like that. Stuff like this right here.
Why are you doing that?
I'm cutting it off because if you don't, it's going to burn. And it'll just leave like a charred taste on your meat. But just go through and do that. A lot of people I've seen, they'll take their finger and run through here. See, I don't even see it, but right there, you see like that blood come out. But there's a vein runs in between each bone, and you can do that. I mean, maybe if you're cooking for a crowd, if you're cooking for competition, but here at home we're not going to do that. On the front side of it, your meat side, what I'm going to do is just look it over, stuff like this right here. It don't need to be on there, just this piece of skin here. That don't need to be there. Double-edged sword, really. A lot of people will remove the fat, but to me, fat's flavor, so I'm going to leave the fat on. If it's built up like this, like see how thick that is, you can trim some of it off. You know, just like that right there. That's really not going to do anything. But you really don't have to do that. But that's all I'm going to do to it. I'm going to flip him back over. I'm going to wash my hands up, guys, and then we'll start the seasoning process.
Alright.
Alright, first what we're going to do is we're going to put down our binder. Like I had, it's the Heinz 57 sauce. You want to just squirt it on and just rub it in so all your meat's covered. Like I said, that's going to give you that extra oomph when you bite into it, the little extra zesty taste. And it's going to give you something for your rub to hold on to. Alrighty. Now that you've got that rubbed in, what you want to do is come.
Is this open?
Yeah. We're going to come back with our Lowry's and hit it with just a good even coat. This is your bottom side. This is going to be probably the first thing your tongue and mouth touches, so you want to season that pretty good. Alrighty, what I recommend is we got the bottom side with our binder, and then we put our base coat on, which is the Lowry seasoning salt. I'm going to let that set in for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then I'll come back and I'll hit it with our barbecue rub. Let that set in 5 to 10 minutes. Then we'll flip it over, repeat the process. It's been about 10 minutes. And now it's time to apply our barbecue rub. Now with the barbecue rub, you want to put it on just good, thick, even coats. Covered up good, guys. Good and thick, not going to hurt it. This is a big chunk of meat. We're just going to try to coat it good and even. Best thing to do that I figured, that I found out, is hold your shaker bottle about this high up, 10, 11 inches, 12 inches off of the meat. That lets it spread out wider as it goes down, gives you a good even coat on your meat. Ready?
Yeah.
Alright guys, we've let it set in about 10 minutes. Nothing wrong. Go ahead and hit your sides up.
Oh, didn't miss. There we go.
Wash my hands off here.
Go.
Alright guys, just like the on the back side here, we're gonna run out of Heinz 57. That's alright, we've got a backup. Good stuff right here, guys, if y'all ain't never used it. Ain't it, Marissa?
Yeah, he likes it on everything.
Rub it in. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Get her in there and let the meat and the juices just start loving on each other.
Here we go.
Alrighty, it's rubbed in. Now I'm gonna come back with this Lowry's again. Try to give it a good even coat on it of it.
I was surprised. I thought that would be more red.
Yeah, me too, but I guess it's mostly just seasoning, salt and pepper and just your basics, you know, just to give it that good base coat. Heinz 57, Lowry seasoning salt for a base coat, and then we're going through with our homemade rub.
But we're not waiting in the middle?
Huh? I'm just going to put a light coat on right now, and then what we'll do is we'll let it sweat in for 10 or 15 minutes, then we'll come back and we'll hit it again. I just want to go ahead and let some of that sugars and paprika and this rub start hitting that color, making it good and red. Alright guys, just a recap of what we did. We got it out of the what was that word?
Cryovac.
We got it out of that bag. We wiped it down with paper towels to get all the juices and stuff off of it. We flipped it over. We took the membrane off the bottom of it. We cut off anything that we didn't want, any loose fat, any hanging skin. We rubbed it down with Heinz 57. Rubbed it in good. We came back with Lowry's seasoning salt. We hit everything down with it. We let that set in for a few minutes, and then we hit it with our barbecue rub. We flipped it over. We repeated the process. We're just waiting for it to sweat in now. As you can see, it's only been on just a few minutes, and it's already starting to bring the moisture out of that meat. What that's done is you're replacing that moisture with the salt from the Lowry's, and we have salt in our rub also. What that's doing is it's replacing the moisture from the meat, and it's sucking that salt down in. So what you're going to do is you should have good full flavor in every bite that way. And but that's what we're going to do for now. Like I said, 10-15 minutes, I'm going to come back and I'm going to hit it with another small glaze of my rub, and then we got the smoker on. Smoker was up to temp the last time I was out there. I'm going to go put these on, and then I'll come back with you and I'll show you how I'm going to make my spritz that I'm going to put on the ribs, and we'll take it from there, guys. Thank you for watching so far. Hope you enjoy the video, and you can make some tasty ribs at home too. Alright guys, we've got our ribs rubbed down and they're ready to go on the smoke. I'm going to show you how I make my spritz now. Just a little redneck engineering, no measuring cups or nothing like that. But I've just got a 16-ounce bottle of water, and I've poured it down to what we're figuring to be about 3 or 4 ounces of water on it. Funnel. We've got just great value apple juice, and I'm going to put probably 3 ounces of the apple juice in there. That looks like about 3 ounces to me. Like I said, it's not an exact science. It's just something to keep your ribs good and moist. Apple cider vinegar. This is called, I can't see, it's Brago Organic. This is supposed to be the good stuff. Just shake it because the settlement will set in there on the bottom sometimes. This stuff is really potent. With it, you want to go about an ounce with it is all. I'll say that's plenty. Just put it in your water bottle. I just give it a gentle shake. Take your fillet knife, come right here on top, right in the center.
I can't see. Okay.
That's all you need right there. Just something that you can get over top of it. I'll show you how it works when we get out there, guys.
Here.
Just like that right there. That's what you're looking for. Just something to spray over. Like I said, if you're in a pinch, that'll work for you. Recap on it. 3 to 4 ounces of water. We use the Great Value brand. Is it purified? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Purified drinking water. We used 100% juice, the apple juice. We used, what you figure, 2.5, 3.5 ounces in between, something like that.
It's almost 1 to 1.
1 to 1. Probably not. You probably want 3. If you're doing it, do 4 ounces of water, 3 ounces of juice, 1 ounce of apple cider vinegar parts. You can make more if you need to. If you were doing it, say, bigger batches, you would do, say, a cup. Or you could do 16-ounce bottle, do 9 ounces of juice and 3 ounces of apple cider vinegar. Just anything like that. The apple and the apple juice and the apple cider vinegar really gives the pork a good flavor. It brings out just something good in the pork. You know, you see all these whole hogs where they got the apple crammed in their mouth. And then the vinegar brings a little acidity to it, a little after bite, as you'll say. But that's basically your spritz. What you'll want to do with it, we're going to put our ribs on for an hour. We're going to start spritzing every hour. Closer to the 4-hour mark, I'll probably start spritzing every 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Camera girl, if you don't care what I was going back earlier about sweating your meat in, this is sweating your meat in, guys. This is, if you see it, how it looked before, just a dry, tacky look, and now you're starting to sweat it out and get your gummy look in. Right now is the time. Any perfections, like if you would have touched your ribs or anything, and you would have brought your seasoning off some, now's the time to go back and touch it up. If not, it's fine either way. You can touch it up on the pit, but that's sweating it in. Time is 1:32 p.m. I'm going to probably put these ribs on at 1:40. We'll give it about 8 to 10 more minutes, and then we'll check back in with you on our first spritz, guys. I don't think I need to take you out and show you the pit and stuff. You saw it in prior videos. It's the Pit Boss Austin XL. I've had it for a couple, 3 years now. I've never really done a review on it. Heck of a smoker, guys. Heck of a smoker. What I found with the Austin XL, what I've read about a lot of your pit smoker, or the pellet smokers, you set them and forget them pretty well. You ain't got to set them jack with your firebox or add wood pellets or your chips or nothing like that. That baby's got about a 25, 30 pound hopper on it. You can fill the hopper up and you pretty well can go all night. It'll smoke you 12 to 14 hours, which is plenty enough time for pulled pork or something. But yeah, like I said, we'll get back with you guys when I put it on the pit. Thank you all. Alright guys, we're at the 1 hour mark on the ribs. As you can see, we're getting some good color on them. But you can see how it's still kind of wet and tacky there. That means that you don't want to spray yet. Right there, you can take it, you can touch it, and if your rub comes off pretty easy, that means that it's still in the drying process, so you don't want to put no kind of spritz on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it about 45 minutes, another hour, then I'll check it again. If they start drying out, then I'll spritz it. Like I said, we're doing a no wrap today. We're just going to put them on and check them out every hour and 45 minutes, spritz them when we need to. Last 30 minutes, we're going to glaze them, guys. We'll be back with you.
I hadn't thought about that, but that makes sense, because if your rub will come off when you touch them, you just go spray your rub off.
Yep. Yep, that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to, If you can move it with your finger, if you can touch it with your finger and it comes off, don't spritz. But if you come back out here, I'm assuming when we come back out here in another hour, 45 minutes, and we touch it, it's not going to move, then you start spritzing. How we doing, guys? We're at the 1 hour and 45 minute mark. We're going to check it out, see how the ribs are looking. Well, look at that mahogany color. Look at all the meat starting to break up, pull apart. Juices coming out. We've been running it at 250 degrees. We've got the bourbon pellet wood on it, the bourbon barrel pellet wood. Let's see. Still a little tacky. We're going to let it run about 30 more minutes before we hit it. You can see the juices is still coming out of it good. The reason this one's taking a little bit longer is all that fat was in it. You got all that marbling in it and stuff, and it's just rendering that fat down and pushing it out. We're going to let it go till it dries off, like I said. We had it ready. You always want to keep this outside, guys, like just have it sitting on your kitchen table or something to spritz with. Don't have it in the fridge because you don't want to be putting ice cold liquid on hot meat and stuff. It kind of stall you out a little bit, but just a little quick tip for you. But we'll get back with you. I'm going to let it run 30 more minutes, and then maybe we'll spritz that time. All right, guys, thank you. All right, guys, we're back. It's been a little over 2 hours. We're going to spritz the ribs now. You can see that a lot of that's dried off. You're still tacky to the touch a little bit, but Marissa informed me in the last video that I went through and put another layer of seasoning on it because I'd touched it before, so I'd say that's just that seasoning not tacking up. Because if you go down here where it's not as thick, you can see right there it's not doing anything. So I'm going to go ahead and just get above it and just spray it till it's wet, guys. All we're doing right now is just keep them from drying out and burning on the outside.
You may have already said it, but I don't remember. What's your temperature you're cooking at?
250. 250 with the bourbon barrel Bear Mountain pellets. It's the first time we've used those. Most of the time I'll use like a conch blend or hickory, but actually this was on sale at Lowe's, so I picked it up. I was going to get apple, but I kind of got to looking at the reviews and stuff, and this bourbon barrel was supposed to be really good, but we'll get back with you guys in about an hour. All right, guys, we're about at the 3 hour mark now. I'll show you what they look like. Now at this point, they're still, they're not close to being done right now. You're probably looking another at least hour and a half, 2 hours on these ribs. So what we're going to do is just go back through and spritz them down again. Oh yeah, looking good, looking good. I'll get back with you. Guys, we've checked on the ribs, and my ribs is temping about 190 degrees. I'm a big fan of temping in between each bone. When you get about 200 degrees is when you're wanting to pull your ribs off. 205, something like that. But 205, your ribs are done. The best thing to do, what I found, is take you a toothpick and go and just kind of just push on the ribs, and they'll let you know if they're done or not. They'll be pretty tender. But the glaze that we're doing today is barbecue sauce. You use your favorite, but I tell you, for the money, Bullseye is the best barbecue out there for the money, price wise. This is what, about $1, Marissa? $1.50 something?
I don't remember.
But what I'll do is I'll just get a bowl. And it ain't going to take a lot for ribs. Honestly, I think that's enough. This here's the mixture that we made for our spritz. This is water, apple juice, and apple cider vinegar that I've been spritzing the ribs with. So I'm just going to pour some in here. And then some honey. Just regular honey. Put just a little glob of it in when it come out. That's plenty. What you want to do is just stir it where you can get, you just want a thinner consistency than a barbecue sauce. What you're wanting this to do is put it on, and when the heat hits it, it'll tack up and make like a sticky, almost like a gooey candy on top of it. See, to me, this right here, it needs to be just a bit more gooey. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the apple cider vinegar mix. See how it just kind of hits pasty when it runs off. But that's our glaze, guys. That's the glaze I'm using today. You can use any kind of barbecue sauce you want. Bullseye's hard to beat for the money. Apple juice, apple cider vinegar, barbecue sauce, and a little bit of honey. Whisk it together, fork it together till you get the consistency of, Marissa, you're a food guru better than me. What would you say that is? It's better than watery.
It's not quite ribbon consistency cake batter.
But that's kind of what you want right there, guys. So when you pour it down your ribs, when it starts to heat up, it'll run and then it'll tack up. But I'll show you more about that when we go out and check on them, guys. Thank you all. Alright, guys, we're come out to check the ribs. They're looking great at this point. I've already temped them, like I said before. They're pushing right at the 200-degree mark. We'll put the glaze on them, let them set. What I'm going to do is just drizzle it over them first. You just want to pat it on. You don't want to brush it. Just pat it. That'll make a pretty glaze on it once it sets. Alright, guys, I'm just going to set that back down. Still running it at 250. Gonna let that set for about 10-15 minutes. We're gonna get them out. I probably won't turn the camera back on until we have them back in the house because it's so dark out here. But we'll take them inside and I'll turn the camera back on when we get them in, guys. Alright, guys, there's our baby back ribs. They have been smoking for about 4.5, right at 5 hours, glazed. Just a quick recap on it. We got the cheap ones from Walmart. Brought them in, wiped them down with a paper towel. We flipped them, took the membrane off the back of them, rubbed them down with Heinz 57, Lowry's, then our rub. We smoked them, bourbon barbecue, wood pellets at 250 degrees. Every hour, every 45 minutes, something like that, we took a water, apple juice, apple cider vinegar mixture with a spritz. We spritzed them every hour until we glazed. Final product. That's what we have here, guys. To be honest with you, you can cut ribs this way, like if I guess for competition and stuff you would want to cut them this way so you wouldn't mess up your presentation like I did here getting them out with the tongs. Easiest way to do it is flip them over and cut them, but I'll try to pick it up like this and just pull it off here at the rib, try to get in there at it. And there's your smoke ring.
Looks tasty.
Here, try your piece, camera girl. Tell them what you think. A very small piece, guys.
That's really good. The bark has good consistency, and the first thing you get is the smoke.
Like I said, it's a whole lot easier if you flip them over and find that bone, but there's your smoke ring.
But you can see it. Trying to get this camera to focus in on the meat. I can always cut this out if I need to. It's fine. What if I zoom? There.
Well, guys, we hope you liked this video. We're going to start doing some more cooking videos. I've been cooking more. Probably once a week I'll get the pit fired up and smoke some stuff, and I'm going to start taking you along with that journey. Hope y'all like it. If you have any questions, anything I can help you with, be sure to comment. If you don't care, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you'll know when we do upload. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.